China's oldest prophecy was written 3,000 years ago by Zheng Ziya. He is a famous Chinese philosopher with a quote. Zheng's fish style is to catch only the ones willing to take the bait, by fishing with a straight, no-hook bait. Because the prophecy coverage started 3,000 years ago, only a few words cover each dynasty. Like the 320-year Song dynasty was summarized in, quote, Wan Ka Feng, Tu Han Zhu, thing did not go well. Both ended in the hands of foreigners. 300 years of cotton wood had to end, destined to dive in oceans. Ka Feng is the capital of North Song dynasty, which reigned 167 years, while South Song's capital was in Hanzhou and reigned southern China for 153 years, which was predicted just as history later played out. Then cottonwood meant word song, as mid-right part of cotton on top of the word wood made up the word song. North Song ended in the hands of North enemy Qing, a foreign northern invader, while South Song was terminated by Wan dynasty San, emperor of Genghis Khan. Just as the second line indicated, while the minister carried the last child emperor to death by jumping in the ocean with him. Can you describe this better? Then it talked about the Wan dynasty during the Mongolian invasion of China. Quote, One Wu to rule 80 years. Red light shine through south of Yangtze River. 8 bulls run with great force. Sun and moon brought light to whole world. Please note Wan and Wu together makes the character Wan, the name of the next dynasty. The emperor after Wan is Ming, which in Chinese meant bright, and it started south of the Yangtze River. The new emperor's name is Zhu, which is when you put 8 with bull. Main character is made of a sun and a moon, which is what the last line meant. The prophecy continued to give more details on the Ming dynasty with the next poem, quote, Mud monkey is gone. New clothes with new color seen all around. 300 years of misfortune. Speechless when tiger with dirt on head. Ming dynasty reversed the Mongolian culture back to Han. So everyone wore the new style clothes with new colors. Ming ruled China for almost 300 years. But its history contains mostly disasters, starvation, and conflicts. While the Earth Tiger ends marks the worst disasters and led the empire to collapse. The next poem gave up the name of the rebel that ended Ming, quote, 18 kids came through with changes. People finally witnessed empire ending. 18 kids put together is the word Li, which is the last name of the rebel king. The prophet then talked very briefly about the 290-year Qing dynasty, quote, continued over 200 springs and summer. 5 lakes with cloud, disturbed by the wind of change. Qing lasted 290 years before countrywide rebellion forced the emperor to abdicate in 1911. The province that started it was Hubei, then Hunan, meaning Lake North and Lake South, while the next province to follow is Wannan, meaning south of cloud. Can't this prove the accuracy of this prophecy? Strangely, until our team pointed this out, no one had noticed it. The following poem talked about the Republic of China after the Qing dynasty ended. Quote, people, men, mouth took over southern part. Empire relocated once again. Country divided, each held on to own territory. Living side by side 109. Then the man walked out of field with golden dragon in hand. Step up the jade stairs. Clear out both side of the ocean. China Republic unified once again. This is long section started after the end of Qing. When you put the Chinese word people, man, mouth together, you get a word ho. That is the name of the general who won over Nanking city on 3/24/1927. The same general later became the highest Chinese commander of Allies forces in China, and on 9/9/1945 accepted Japanese force surrender in Nanking. His accomplishment was mostly ignored intentionally because Taiwan's history book attributed all glories to Chiang Kai-shek, while China's history refused to acknowledge Republic of China's contribution in World War II. But the prophecy 3,000 years ago clarified the history most people tried to cover up. After General Ho's taking of Nanking, Republic of China established its capital in Nanking in 1927. And then after Japan's surrender in 1945, the Republic of China moved from its wartime capital of Chongqing back to Nanking. Just as stated in the next line, Empire relocated once again. But the end of World War II did bring the long-expected peace. Bloody civil war broke out between the nationalist government force and Soviet-backed Communist Army. Communists took over whole mainland China, while the nationalist government held on to the island of Taiwan. This is mentioned in the next line of the poem, country divided, each held on to own territory. Then the next line seemed to point out another coming conflict. Quote, living side by side 109. Because this prophecy talked about dynasty change, this could mean the republic after Qing will last 109. But if you call 109 the abbreviation of 100.9, this event may not come for another 80 years. But this is not the only prophecy warning about the coming crisis. So more than likely it is a warning about the Republic's year 109. So when is that? Year 2019 is Republic's year 108. The poem can be a warning about year 2020. Then it mentioned about a man coming from field with gold dragon in hand, likely about the next political leader of Taiwan. While this person is a man from Ricefield, this poem seemed too vague to decode, till our team broke the code in another prophecy, Tuibei 2, poem number 46. It was about a man with white head, calling himself old and ugly. We realize this man must be the newly elected mayor of Kaohsiung, Taiwan's third largest city. He is bald, 61 years old, but never stopped making fun of his baldness. Everyone laughed at us till he became the leading candidate of the next presidential race 4 months after winning the city election. And his job prior to joining the mayor race was the general manager of a city-owned produce distribution company, just like what the poem predicted. A man from Ricefield. Although the poem predicted his uprising, it was not clear on if he will be the next president of Taiwan, as the line after his coming onto stage talked about the golden dragon and step on jade stairs. Last month, Taiwan's richest businessman, Cao Tae-ming of Foxconn, declared his interest to run for Taiwan's president. His name included the word gold, while Mayor Han's name included the character jade. we realize that the poem can also be interpreted as the gold dragon rose through stepping on the jade stairs. If that is the interpretation, the poem meant Foxconn chairman Cao would rise to the throne by stepping on Mayor Han, who paved the way to success for his political party. Then the last two lines of the poem for now clearly stated, China will be unified again on both sides of the ocean. The ocean most likely would be Taiwan Strait, but supporters for Chairman Cao would say ocean is the second word in Foxconn's Chinese name. This means Chairman Cao will not only be Taiwan's president, but also lead China. Well. The prophecy is unbelievably accurate, but decoding is unbelievably difficult. But in a few years, new events, new people, and new explanations will bring us closer to the true meanings of this poem. Or if you are too impatient to wait, we will talk about poems in the next Chinese prophecy. And we can know what the future holds soon. This is Ken Peters. Thank you for watching.